Is anyone out there?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, this is Moosegurl, and it's Saturday, and it's Dork Table time.
Dork
So
Table.
get your ears on,
And
and
put your pants on too for this show.
yeah, well, no, you don't have to do that. You just need to be listening. You can be dressed any way you want, or undressed any way you want. It's up
Casual.
to you. We're not on camera here, and obviously, we won't be able to see you, so I'm dressed for radio this morning. I mean,
Oh my goodness. Well, so we got us a dork table, and
we do.
Our guest host, our guest co-hostage this week is Moose from over at RLM. I borrowed her from Grim for a little bit, and this is the part where Mary's usually got all her windows open at like once or something, and then she says hi to everybody that.
Oh, okay.
At the beginning, yeah, and then I just interrupt her. So say hi to all the nice people there, Moose. Good luck.
I will do that. Okay, so at the top of the list is Barman.
Barman? Where? What?
I don't know where Asmo is,
We're
but
boycotted by Asmo?
it's kind of concerning.
Oh my goodness, this can't be good.
No. That's not good.
Okay.
Asmo, if you're out there, wherever you are, I hope you're good, well, and taking care of yourself.
Aha.
So there you go.
Yes. Okay.
And then, since I said Barman's the box in the chat room. And then I don't know who's all listening out there, but we got Beth Z, Grimnir,
Grim,
Moosegurl.
Hey, Moose.
That's me. Kate, Chloe. And I have to make this bigger so I can read that. Dorkitecture.
Wow.
And I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
Oh, it's Chloe.
Oh, it's Chloe, Dorkitecture.
Okay.
Architecture,
Nice
Dorkitecture. Oh, the play on the words. He's fascinating.
Yeah.
Friends. Okay.
Nice name.
Okay, skip the Flash guy. I know him.
And then I
Dawn!
Java Doctor 2,
Java Doctor.
Bunyan, or P. Bunyan, Trust No One, Apostle 1, Circle Dork, Dakota, Dork B, Dakota 1, JJS 999, JJS.
Yay. Kozu!
Laura Caseman.
Whispering Boy.
Bro,
Hey, Woody! And then blah, blah.
North Force Rain. Sock Puppet.
Sock! Stats Bob. Taco!
Bill, and Phantom.
And Woody and wow.
And that's the RLM chatter list.
So, quite a few names for a Saturday, huh?
Yeah.
You would think people would be off doing their slave business and such.
Well, it's Saturday, so.
What, you get Saturdays off as slaves?
We do. I do.
Oh.
I get Saturday off and Sunday off.
Wow. I don't get any days off.
Dave.
You know why, right?
No, because you don't work?
Well, no, because I'm married. What work? You think being married isn't work? Let me tell you something.
I know that's work.
Yeah, that's right. Because, hey.
And that's why I'm not married, because...
And that's why I'm not free. There you go.
Yeah, so there you go.
But I sent you this link about freedom. Let's not use the names and just use the words in the name, and just leave the countries and the names out of it and see if that doesn't. Here, I'll give you an example of what I'm trying to get across to you, woman.
Okay.
All right. I sent you. Wait, I got to go to your thing. And then I got to. Uh-oh. Did I lose it? No, wait. No, we talked afterward. Okay. I'm stalling because I'm slow as a dog. Okay. Now, I will say X country and religion instead of the names, right?
Okay.
Okay. X country keeps religion at bay by putting restrictions on religion and all religions. And then I fuck it up. Okay, wait a minute. Said country is the only nation that does not give citizenship to this religion. Think about that for a minute. Okay, time's up. All right, now, class, the reason I bring this clever little tidbit to your attention is because it's just a fucking illusion as far as I can tell, but a lot of people really believe this stuff is real. You know what I mean, Moose?
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't think I've ever heard you speak about politics and governments on your show, but I would.
Yeah.
I think on a dork table one day I said I'd rather have one moose than 100 of those other people backing me up in a situation. Yeah, because you know what? You know what I know. And even though we don't say it the same way, we both know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we hang out, do a little bit of socializing, if you will, in the electronic world of the real Liberty Media, where, you know, the selective minds tend to meet on Saturday afternoon and congregate and such. And you know what they do? They type.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Mary usually does the chat room because I can't seem to read and talk at the same time.
I mean, when I'm on air, I don't follow the chat room totally the whole time, but I do read it, you know, occasionally, and try to keep caught up, you know.
Yeah, sometimes I try to find something to do besides read the chat. Dork B, what's up? Oh, Dork's here. The dorks are here.
They are. There's a lot of dorks today here.
You know, it's not surprising that you notice I'm so nice to my fellows either. And you appreciate my witticisms and whatnot. You don't take them personal like they're slaps in the face.
Right.
Right. Well, think about how seriously that somebody has to take life in the first place to actually be insulted by somebody's opinion they heard on a radio show.
Right. I mean, yeah.
What? Brought something to your mind. I've got more important things to do, but for some reason I have this electric addiction, you know, and it's like I got to get my nose in other people's shit where it don't belong. And
that'll be in trouble.
And tell them how to fix all their problems. It's called the internet. It is. What do you think it's for?
What? The internet?
Yeah. What is the purpose of the internet? What does it do for us, or to us, or at us, or around us?
Helping tool for, you know, information. Some people use it socially, like, you know, in chat rooms and stuff like that. I guess it just depends what you're looking for. But if whatever you're looking for, you can find it on the internet.
You can find it, and then you can buy it through the RLM something or another. We're going commercial now. Yep, I made up my mind. I took over the world a couple of weeks ago, and I might not have told you yet, but it doesn't really matter who runs it. It's going to run.
No, it doesn't.
It's going to run like this anyway. So I figured, fuck it, I'll run it and see how people, you know, think about that concept. You got yourself believing people run the fucking world. Are you nuts? That's not what's going on. Do you, Miss Moose? Do you, Miss Moose, know what's going on? Do you have an answer to this?
Not really.
Oh, well, think about it, right? And it goes like this. We're so brilliant human beings that we can create stuff that makes us obsolete.
Right.
Check out the big brain.
So medical research, whether it's physically proven or not, these are the words I've been taught to believe, is medical science can produce another life in a laboratory without a male and a female partnership, blah, 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 blah. Is that right?
No, they still need sperm and fucking...
Yeah. But they can use, that's what I mean, but they could do it in a laboratory without the two people being in the laboratory.
Right.
So there,
apparently
right.
They can. Yes.
Okay, all right. Now they can clone this and they can clone that.
Right.
All right. Then they've got other shit that they can do that we don't even know they can do yet. And this is just the stuff they're willing to tell us they can do. But here's the funniest fucking part of the whole thing to me. They can't find water in Africa.
I don't think there's much water in Africa.
Why not?
Because it's mostly desert.
So how deep do you got to drill to find water?
I don't know.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever heard these magic words?
What?
Desalinization plant.
Yes, I have heard that.
Okay. Did you know that there was also an inventor? This goes back a few years. I seen him on. He did an interview with Isabella Rossellini, that old Italian. I think she's Italian or something. She's an actress. Anyway, so she's interviewing this inventor millionaire guy, and he's got a small box about the size of a I don't know, 2 foot by 2 foot. Said it run off the power of a hairdryer, and it would take muddy water and purify it to drinkable. Boom. And they showed you how it worked. So they've got all this technology, boom, ready to go. But you know what? They can't find any water in Africa.
Well, they could do the desalinization thing.
They could do anything that they claim they can go to the fucking moon. They claim that they're trading $5 trillion a day through the stock exchange, but yet they can't find any money to fucking put water in a country. And I think something is wrong. I'm not sure what it is. What do you think it is, Missy?
Not sure. I know that there's a lot of not natural resources. I guess they would be natural resources, but there's a lot of things in Africa that people want their hands on, like diamonds.
Well, yeah, in diamonds.
In the chocolate production,
all these frauds
is
that
not
we've
a good cocoa production or whatever. It's slave labor over there, and I just think Americans for sure, and just maybe all modern societies take too many things for granted.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
If we go, if I challenge any American, to go live in Africa for a fucking year, and then get back to me and how you feel about things.
Yeah, how tough your life is in California or Colorado or Massachusetts, and because those bastards over in that state have illegal immigrants living there, and we're supporting this state, and you're being scammed like a bunch of dummies. Why don't they realize that yet? What is so hard to understand that the government is not there to do anything but make money like any other business, and you're supporting it? Don't support it, it dies, just like Sears or any other business.
The government is a business, yes, I agree with that.
That's all it is. Well, they're just in the business of telling you how to fucking live.
And
you
that
will,
ain't right. It ain't cool.
You will do this, you will do that. Wow. And in the meantime, what do they do? The water, the air, and the energy? Psh.
Right.
Could they give us anything worse to fucking survive on than what we already have? That's what they're experimenting with. They don't tell you the truth. You get told the positive side of a lie. You ever see that apology from, what was his name? Bill Clinton did an apology to the United States. Okay?
Yeah.
Did you ever see it?
Oh, the one where he didn't have sexual relations or whatever?
No, not the bullshit one. The real one. The one that we're hiding from everybody.
I don't know.
It was
I probably did, but can't remember it.
Because the American government did unethical experimentation on the public without its consent or knowledge.
What was that again now?
He was apologizing because the American government does experimenting on its public without their consent or knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
I think
that's been going on for a while.
I think that was specifically the Tuskegee event.
That was 95. No, it had to do with the nuclear experimentation that they did on us Well, before
in
he took
Vegas,
office,
in Nevada?
wherever it was. I mean, but there's a link to it with, while everybody's distracted about, some Jewish girl sucking a dick, here's a guy apologizing for, well, we experimented on the population without their consent or knowledge. And that just kind of, oh, okay. That's kind of nice. This is 1995.
Right.
All right. And here we are. And I learned this a long time ago, and nobody would listen. Well, you and your wild stories about the president, blah, 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 blah. We didn't have, internet links back then to back anything up with. It was well before that instant phone stuff. It doesn't ring. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. Well, back in the old days, we had word of mouth and newspapers, and that was about it. You chose to believe something or you didn't, and most people do not to this day believe what I just told you. They think I make it up. I
know. Ignorance is bliss for a lot of people. What can I say? I don't know. I don't know. I've been racking my brain with that one for a long time. So I don't have an answer for that. Why people choose that route. Apparently it's easier.
Oh. Yeah. No, I can see it being easier, but I thought the point of making a mistake was to learn from it. So
not everybody does, though.
But it's a lot easier to learn from some other dick's mistake than to make the mistake myself to learn from it. Right. I can go, hey.
Mistakes are repeated until they are learned.
Well,
if you don't learn from the first time, then that mistake, you're going to keep making that same mistake over and over again until you learn and do differently.
So are you insinuating that because we couldn't trust Bill Clinton and that we couldn't trust Bush and that we couldn't trust Obama? No. There's a guy that told me. He said this one's
I don't care what the fuck they say. They say a lot of shit. They say a lot of lies. A lot of shit comes out of their mouth. They talk out of both sides of their mouth. They blatantly lie to our faces. So
yeah, but this guy's different. No, I've got it on good authority from a guy I met on the RLM. He says this boy's...
You can't go by that. There are a zillion geniuses on the internet at any given fucking time. They think they're a fucking genius and they know everything, and if you try to tell them differently, they're going to come after you.
Could I be following the wrong leader? Oh, no. What will we do?
Really? You need a leader?
Oh, yeah. How else would I live? I didn't have somebody to tell me what to do. You should talk to my wife. She'll tell you all about how I do what I'm told.
That's different.
By anybody. No, see, it's not different. I mean, I treat her the same way I treat the government. I don't feel like it right now. Yeah, there you go. There's no... See, the trick to staying free of the government is the paperwork. Not like the ID. That's one trap, but you can use that trap for your own benefit. But it's your strength is in your signature. So you got to learn what to keep your fucking signature off of, because that is what will get you in the end, what you sign.
Yep.
Well, try to explain it to him there, Moose. I understand it. Makes very good sense to me. But to the guy that's out there that believes that if you vote for this guy, that his source of punishment is better than the other guy's source of punishment, we'll take that punishment. And that's how they live.
Yep.
Wow. It makes me work.
I have to play the game. But at least I know what I'm partaking in. I mean,
yeah.
A lot of people don't.
You got a big city close to where you live, right?
A major metropolitan area, 90 miles away.
Okay. And you've been there a few times, I would assume, in your life? Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
Been there? You've physically been to this place a few times in your life?
Oh, I grew up there. I was born there.
All right. So you're even familiar with it, right? Now, here's the thing I want to bring up. You know what parts of town to stay away from.
Yeah.
Now, the media right now is having a really great time with the same principle, but they're talking about Sweden like it's a whole country. And what they've done is they've picked out an isolated situation from an isolated area, and they're claiming the whole country's under siege by 100,000 illegal aliens. No, it's one's place, and this is the way these people are. It was like that before the Muslims. It's going to be like that after they're gone. That's the point.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm telling Cirque works across the water from fucking Sweden.
Right?
Know what's going on in our neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm telling you, the news people and all these geniuses with their freaking links, not that it's not true, it's that it's so exaggerated, just like 9/11.
Right.
If you're not from America and you heard about 9/11, it wouldn't make sense. The truth would never make sense to you. Well, why would they do that to their own people? It worked on the Germans. It worked on everybody, and they fall for the same fucking cons time after time after time. Why are we immune to this stuff? You think there'd be a benefit to it, you know? But
right.
I don't really see it being beneficial to know. I think the people that are lucky are the dumb ones that think voting's fixing everything.
I seriously, I've thought about that myself through the years. I'm like, why did I go down the rabbit hole? It's almost easier to not know than it is to know.
Your nature. Your nature. You were going to do this one way or another.
Right.
You're too
once
intense.
you go, you can't come back out. So
once you go, it's not about us anymore. It's all about yourself, right? So yeah, where other people can stop and I've had enough. You can't. You're a rabbit hole junkie. You've got to find out what's around that next corner, and you just can't wait. Not everybody's like that.
Wake him up. I'm sorry. I had to mute for a second. I got my kid talking to me over here. I'm trying to.
Hey, kid, talking to Moose. How you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, life goes on in the real world.
Yeah, sorry about that, but
no. Whether we electronically deal with it or not.
Anyway. Yeah, it's
it's the toughest.
I am glad that I know what I know. I'm glad I am the way I am. Even though it seems easier to not know things, it's better. You're better off knowing them than not knowing them. That's what it comes down to for me.
Well,
I have to do certain things in my life to
survive.
Combat this fucking oppression.
It's
because
called survival.
I don't get the vaccines. I don't fucking get the vaccines. My kids don't get the vaccines. They don't get the flu shot. I don't get the flu shot. We don't use aspartame. We don't consume products that have aspartame in them. Most people, if you talk to them about aspartame, they would argue with you until the cows come home that it's not bad for you because the FDA approved it. So how can it be bad for you if the FDA approved it? Well, I got news for you. It's a freaking neurotoxin. And that's never good for any human being to ingest. And that's what the vaccines that you guys are all hyped up about, that's what they got in them too. Neurotoxins. And other nasty crap. It's not good for you. And people put just way too much trust in the government. Oh, well, the government has our best interest at heart. The FDA wouldn't approve something if it was bad for people. It's like, what fucking planet are you on? What rock have you been under? You're going to fucking blindly trust the government and not make any decisions for yourself and not use your brain at all. Just blindly freaking roll up your sleeve. Open that Diet Coke up. Really? You don't think for yourself? That is concerning.
Hey, and then to go a step.
All this oppression. People don't think for themselves.
But hey, whoa, Moose. To go a step further about the inoculations, right? The same people that give you that kind of behavior about the inoculations will lock up a heroin addict in a heartbeat because That fool shoots stuff in
Yep,
his
'cause that's
veins
a
with
criminal.
needles.
That's a criminal because they're addicted to heroin. The heroin that the CIA protects and brings in here.
Yeah.
That dude's
Yep.
a criminal because
Whoops.
he's a heroin addict. That makes no. That's inhumane thinking right there.
Well, that's what that war on drugs is all about, to distract us from the truth about what this is. It's nonsense.
There's many distractions that they use.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest tools is television. And it's been their greatest tool for about 60 years.
That's all?
Well, as long as television's been around.
I don't know. I was born under a rock or something.
From the 1950s till now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because before that they used radio. And what I learned from people like Larry Woods and Rob Works, Vince, the electronic guys, I.B. Don C, and I don't remember too many of them jumping into the chat except for them four, but everything's running on vibration and wavelengths and magnetics, things that you can't see with your eye. But we're taught to be so dependent on what we see for a reason. Planned obsolescence. Yeah, they train you away from what you're naturally good at and push you to learn crap you'll never need. Like whichever prince fucking conquered Macedonia in 1452. Like, who gives a fucking shit? But if you remember this crap, you get a certificate to the ivory temple of your choice, where you could bow to the guys in the black robes and get into the special club. And they got the balls to call this fucking shit education. And when you look at the quality of the people who are claiming to run this shit with the consent of the masses, don't ask what's wrong anymore. Stop talking. You are the problem.
I'm not in the masses. I don't support any of them.
I know that.
So, yeah, I know. It's like, I have to play the game just like everyone else does. The only way to totally be away from government is you got to hide out.
Yeah, well, I would,
or you can move to Denmark.
Well, I'm right in front of everybody. Yeah, but I'm such a sore thumb. No, but I'm such a sore thumb in this society that I live in. The minute I speak, it's like, what? People turn around and go, what? Because they studied. I got a store clerk today. She hadn't served me before, and when I spoke English to her, blah blah blah, and I said, oh hey, the Americans will probably be invading next week. I'm a scout. We like Denmark.
You like to freak people out, don't you? And have fun with people.
Oh, Christ. Well, in public, people ask you personal questions in public that you don't want to answer. Right. And my personal least favorite question to be asked by anybody is, where did you work? If I didn't bring that up, don't fucking ask. It's not a topic for you to approach. But because I don't like to tell people the truth about my past, because it's so lengthy and hard to believe, I tell them things like, with a straight face. I said, well, I retired from the CIA about 2 years ago.
There you go. That'll get them.
And they go, no, yeah. Look at me. Do I look like a spy to you? Look like a fucking terrorist, right? That was my job. Go around looking like a terrorist, and I'm retired from all that now. And just go on and on.
Right, yeah.
Until it was ridiculous, and then go, no, I'm fucking around with you. But one time, my favorite one was at the post office in Scotland. You know how people make small talk. I am so bad at small talk. This is how I respond. The guy says, oh, you're American. I said, no, I'm from Iran. No. I said, yeah, I'm from Iran. Well, I'm from Persia, but now it's Iran. No. And I went one more time, and then he says, really? And I said, no, I'm from America. Are you fucking kidding me, Iran?
You like messing with people, I can tell that.
Well, if they're going to ask you something so mundane as
people do ask that though. People want to know what you do for what other people do for a living. It's just a question that people ask all the time.
But it's none of your fucking business. Is rude.
It's kind of trying to make conversation. I guess.
For me,
I ask people that sometimes. What do you do?
Do you?
Work? Yeah, sometimes I do.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm curious because I'm interested in them.
Well, do they have
what other people do for their work, their living, their
they got calluses or ink stains on their clothes or what?
Themselves. What?
I said, like Sherlock Holmes, they have calluses and ink stains on their clothing and things that make you, hey, what do you do for a living?
No, it's a question I ask people, because I'm curious about them.
What is the most unbelievable job somebody else told you they had?
I don't know.
Okay, what's the most unbelievable job you ever had? And I mean something exotic,
what do you
like
mean by unbelievable, like.
No, something that bizarre, like mating elephants would be on the bizarre scale. Something weird that you did for money in your life. Or something you would consider weird, because I don't know what your normal might be my weird.
I worked at a strawberry farm one summer, and that was boring as hell. And I mean, literally, you're standing on your feet, cutting up strawberries all day long.
Wow. Yeah, fruit picking. Yeah.
And it was a good job because I was in high school and it was during the summer, so it wasn't too bad, but I didn't last very long there. I couldn't stand it anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So you're one of those lazy white people I read about?
No, not at all, but I get bored very easily, and repetitive things like that, it was just too repetitive.
Well, yeah, but I want to be. I want to be a racist. I'm learning to become.
Why would you strive to be that?
Well, because I live around a bunch of fucking white people, man. They're
you're just fucking around.
White. No, these people are white. They're glow in the fucking dark, white, pasty, white fucking people. 5 years of this, I haven't seen anybody with any color in so long. I forgot what it looked like.
No. I can't believe that there's no black people in Denver.
No. Actually, one of the first neighbors I met was one of the black people that do live in town. I think there's like 4 of them or something.
Oh, okay. I mean, I should say African American, I guess.
I don't. Well, why? They're not American here.
I say black. That's what they're called in the media. That's how they define us in the media. Black, white.
Okay,
Asian,
but this guy's in Denmark and is neither American. Wait a minute, he's neither American nor Danish. Why are you going to call him a black Afro?
African American. Yeah, I thought that wouldn't work.
That'd be kind of stupid.
He's an African.
Hey, bro. Well, no.
I didn't even. That didn't even register with me. So that was like,
was not from either Denmark or America. I didn't say he was from Africa.
No, if he's black, he's
English. He's a black Englishman.
But his ancestors were not.
Well, I don't know. I didn't ask him to introduce me to his fucking ancestors. The funny thing about it, race and all that shit, it seems to me, is that the people that talk about it is when it's not applicable. Like right now, what we're doing. Because when I was talking to Mo, I never thought of asking him about all that racial shit. Doesn't come to my mind.
Hang on a second. I gotta take care of my dog real quick.
Be right back. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Moose that had a dog. And that dog had to take a dump so bad that Moose thought a lot of taking the dog to let the dog out so it could do its business. So anything going on in the RLM chat that I should look at here?
Okay, I'm back now.
I was stalling with your dog needed to take.
But okay, no, the race thing, and like it's funny because my kids I'll ask, is that kid black or is that kid white or is that kid Hmong? And and then we'll be around and out and about, and I'll be like, oh, that black guy or whatever. That's race.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I lost Moose. Well, we've seen.
Me?
No, now you're back. We lost you
That's
for
weird.
about seconds. Man, nah, there's some kind of delay, and I don't know. This is a lot of why my lack of interest in the producing part of this radio stuff is.
Yeah.
Grim and Mary have been having enough trouble the last couple months doing it, and they're what I consider good at it, and still this weird stuff's been happening. Like
no, but what I was saying is pointing out someone's race does not make you a racist.
No, it's an identifying thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? There you go. It's the taking it to that level verbally with somebody else that makes all that crap real. Otherwise, who gives a flying fuck? I don't. But
right.
I'm just one guy, right? So I look around in the room I'm sitting in and think, everybody in here seems to agree with me. I must be right. Never mind. Well, there's a few people in the room electronically with me that may or may not agree, but so who cares? That's the point I keep trying to bring up about the reality that there's two realities. There's the one that you feel, and then there's the one that you're told to feel. And the one that you're told to feel seems to be winning. No? I think so. I think we lost our favorite.
No, I'm here. I have to mute for the other kid now to talk.
Oh, the children are playing with mommy today. What are they?
I put the dog in the kennel because I couldn't let him out because my other son left to go get something. And he's going to be pulling into the driveway.
Yeah.
His tie-out's buried out there in the snow, so we just got to let him out loose, And he's little and he's white and he'll get hit.
What problems to have though in the overall,
Yeah, it's just life.
Got it.
It's
well, right, and that's what I mean. It's the things that we consider to be problems. People with problems would be glad to have our problems.
Yeah.
Like, wow, should I get the organic coconut oil or should I not get the organic coconut? Wildlife, and all its hardships. What am I gonna fucking do? Right. What? Rain is trying to communicate with Vile _
Vil.
Okay, Vil. I
call him Vil. I don't know.
Now we have the damn Nazis back, grammar Nazis. Correct me if you want to. I can take it. Wow. Well, it seems like all these superficial things that are really pointless why do they take up so much of our aware time? I
don't know. It's just human nature.
Well, you're a festival driven kind of gal. I think I heard you talking about it on the Freakers Ball. But now you started to get balance, Well, I only know so many of these groups, and I don't know. It might not be really worth all that money to see 4 groups out of 10 groups. And I thought, wow, because you're not Jewish,
No.
I know that. No, so now you're becoming practical. Whoa, about something that you like. Your music that's the big thing to you.
That's what I do.
Well, right, but you're becoming practical. Before there was a time where if you had a chance to go, you'd have gone. That was that.
Right.
And now you're starting to weigh things out differently. That's my observation of that situation. You're changing. You're going through a metamorphosis. Like you hit the gamma ray, And boy, when they get you pissed off, they're not going to like you at all.
No. Probably not.
Well, okay, what's the formula for keeping Moose happy? Is such a formula available? Aha. Let us ponder.
I just do what I do, That's what I do.
Well, see, I think my personal opinion, I've said this before on the show, is life is boring. Life is 90% boring and 10%, wow, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Because you miss all the really, really good stuff. It just happens in a blink and you miss it. But, it's mostly maintenance and showing up and saying hi. Very little is, and the older you get, the less of it there is, I think.
Yeah, I had to mute again.
Dog
barking, freaking.
That's okay.
Oh my God.
Well, we had a little situation with my co-hostage, Miss Mary. She wanted to go visit her grandchildren offspring in Colorado.
That's what grandmas do.
I think she's really just a pothead, and she uses this Grammy stuff to cover up in Colorado. No, I know. It's still fun. But I'm starting rumors and gossiping on the internet about my co-hostage, Gramsy. What do you think of that, Mary?
Because she's not here to defend herself. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, and damn, I think it is because I slap her around like a bag of sausage. I better say this while she's not around. Oh, I would. You
better careful. You'll get yourself in trouble.
Actually, no. And the years that me and Mary have been friends, we've never had a disagreement about anything. We just disagree about shit, and it doesn't ever get negative. It's like, oh, okay, you see it like that. You'll change your mind. Well, yeah, and as time goes on, either I do or I don't. And it's just your friends, I think, are willing to wait for you to get through it. What? Whatever it may be. It could be a life-changing experience. You could be going to Stockholm to have your fucking sex changed, or you could be going to the store to go get a quart of milk. It doesn't fucking matter. It's just happening to you. Everybody else doesn't give a fuck. But we're not taught that. We're taught all this celebrity and politics and religion, all these unnatural fucking settings that really don't fit with all their little rituals and hidden crap and what's going on behind the curtain bullshit to distract you from being in the moment you're in so you can have a nice life. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's hear some disagreement on that there, little Moosegurl from Minnesota. Where you at,
Wisconsin? She could be listening. I live in Wisconsin. I'm from Minnesota.
See, I've got a memory for details.
Right.
Get kind of looped in something and they get told backwards. But they're right, just numerically out of order.
Right. Yeah, she could be listening. I don't know. You never know. If she is, she's not in the chat room, so.
No,
she's probably busy.
This morning I was online and I had the fortune of she was sitting out in the yard having her morning coffee with her pets, gearing up. Oh, and here comes the elixir, and she was gearing up. Thanks, baby. She was gearing up to go out and greet her grandchildren with a smiley face. And we chatted for a little bit on the Skype.
Oh, okay.
And then she went off on her way. And she wanted me to tell you, thanks for babysitting me. So we could do it. Well, I couldn't do this by myself. No way.
Yeah, it's hard. It's more difficult to do a show by yourself than not.
Yeah. But see, my normal partner is ambidextrous. Don't you know? Yeah. You can do it both with and without a partner.
Wow.
Yeah. She even has her own radio program, I tell you.
I know.
Yeah. And something happened to her Spreaker this week, right? And which is another reason that for crying out loud, all this stuff is just intimidating to me. For some reason, I'm not a techie.
Yeah, it's easy.
Well, if it's so easy.
Hello?
Whoops! I said if it was so easy, why do I have to always be asking Grim to help me? Am I retarded?
You just gotta do it, and you'll learn it.
But you're the one I did it with the last time, and I forgot to record or didn't record. overlooked record. Well, there you go. All right, okay. You know, it's like if somebody says, I don't want to fly this airplane, the last place in the fucking world you want that person is flying the fucking airplane. Why don't you just not go with it? There's a reason. You know, I mean, I'm such a naturally, I'm not a doubting person by nature, you know, and I'm not intimidated by much, but I figure, well, if I am intimidated, maybe I should pay attention.
Right.
It's
And what would it
obviously
be then?
Hey, it's obviously not a bear, right, Moose? It's not going to bite me, right?
Right.
But
Obviously.
But what I might do is worse. Well, we did a fun show, and I didn't record it, and I've always had it in the back of my mind like a bad feeling about.
Get over it. It's
But
nothing.
no, my ego. Wait a minute, my ego doesn't allow mistakes like that because
Whatever.
it's huge. No, really, I mean, on a scale of 1 to hands, I'm about a Rob Works.
I gotta go get some coffee. So you gotta talk for a second.
Okay, I'll tell him a story all about.
Yeah, tell him a story. I'll be right back.
There's this woman in Wisconsin getting some coffee right now, so I've been left behind to polish the silverware. She probably listening. Oh yeah, Dorkitecture. That's Chloe. Okay, yes. And we don't know who Vil is. Vile E. I don't know. I can't make sense of this chat. And Moose went to go get some elixir so she could give us her feedback on the world events going on in her life at the moment. Because as we all know, it's so different for you than it is for anybody else. Anyway, I was going to tell you guys a story about I was court ordered to RLM by the judge, you know, to keep an eye on one of the members of the society at large. Thanks, Moose. How you doing?
Good.
I was just telling my court ordered here to watch somebody story. Hey, I got a question for you as an American, right?
Oh God, here we go.
Well, no. I mean, as far as no, this isn't a political. Just wait, hear it for a second, because remember 3 Mile Island leaked in Pennsylvania in 1978.
Yeah.
What ever became of that? That was a huge thing. Right. Okay, nothing. Here we are, 2017. Everything's been radiated, but everything's okay. So either they're overrating the problems that radiation causes, or they're underplaying how much that damage they've done already. What's the truth? Who know the truth? Point me at somebody.
I don't fucking know.
You don't?
Oh.
Wow. I wonder who would know. Let's ask
I mean, there's certain things I can think about it. I can look back and research and try to figure out what the fuck. But, you know, they downplay stuff like that all the time. They lie all the time about stuff like that. So,
well,
I'm not going to believe anything anyone says about it.
Really?
Not really. It's a
okay.
lie.
I don't know. But the fear mongering, that's what I think the goal is. It's not the damage from the radiated this and it's the fear mongering damage it does.
That's one of their tactics, fear mongering, definitely.
And
that's how they get people to take the flu shot. Fear mongering.
Yeah, agreed.
They say you're gonna fucking die if you don't fucking take the fucking flu shot.
Yeah. What would you do in place of the flu shot? I know what my answer is. I would like you to tell me what yours is. Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm here. I had to move for a second.
I said, what would you do as a remedy in place of the flu shot? I know what I would do.
Nothing. Wash your hands. People just need to wash their fucking hands and stay home from work when they're fucking sick.
Let me give you a little advice.
It's not rocket science.
Okay.
It's not.
But as an experienced sailor, let me give you a little advice on any illness that you cough, sneeze, or dribble through. Big deal is vitamin C.
Yeah, take vitamin C.
Massive dose.
It's not rocket science. It's
No,
common sense.
but massive doses, considering you can take 500, 1,500.
Oh, yeah.
It's normal. So a massive dose would be like, what, 20,000? But your body can handle it because you urinate it right out. You don't store vitamin C.
Right.
But if you need it and you have it, it'll fix you. There you go. And we're not selling any to anybody, so fuck off, FDA. And all that FDA shit is a bunch of crap. You don't trust.
Yep.
Do you know that the FDA fought B17 for 20 fucking years, and after they lost so many times, and they just kept fighting. They had so much money they could just keep it in court, but they still would not admit defeat after they lost, and they buried the freaking the answer and made it illegal to grow the fucking plants that produce B17. And the people that they fought in court, this guy claims a cure for cancer. And that was, 20 years in court over it. And they still lost. They lost every time they went. But they had the money to argue it, to tie it up so that, they could keep therapying people. Moose, there's people that don't understand radiation is not good for you. It's like a foreign fucking language. They don't get. You cannot damage yourself to fix yourself, stupid. You're not a piece of wood. You're human. It's different. You're not going to come out more beautiful after they whack you up like a fucking jigsaw puzzle.
Right.
They don't get it, Moose. I feel so alone.
Ignorant, like I said, it all comes down to ignorance is bliss for a lot of people. They don't fucking want to know. Period.
Yeah.
They don't want to know. They just want to fucking do what they do and not worry about anything.
Oh, you mean like watch sports on TV and
Yep.
Have lots
of
porn
taxes,
channels.
Frickin', they don't like it, but they do it because that's what you have to do, and they don't want to fucking know.
We're being held hostage against our fucking will. And just because you accept it as the only way to do it.
People don't know that. People don't know that. They think it's all perfectly fucking fine. They don't even know they're being oppressed, and they don't know they're slaves. They don't know they're being ripped off and stolen from every fucking day. They don't know it.
How could you not? Well, there you go.
I don't know if you could not know it and how you could not want to know.
Yeah.
But that's the way it is, and it's frustrating, and that's why I don't talk about this stuff because I can't.
You'd probably, you'd end up in trouble with somebody, sure.
I don't want to. It's not a place to talk about it.
That's what I do when I go in public. I turn off my intelligent meter and play dumbass for a little while and smile at people. It's a lot less.
It's not easy at all.
No, because I know the truth.
It's not easy to keep your mouth shut and to bite your tongue.
And it's like you're depriving them of something, but at the same time, they're better off left alone.
You can lead a person to knowledge, but you can't make them think.
Really?
Period.
I thought that was just a story they told you to get you to eat your broccoli. Do you believe in Santa Claus?
No.
Did you ever believe in Santa Claus?
Of course.
Okay. Why?
Because that's what I was taught by my parents, that this fucking dude existed.
Okay, now I'm so old now that I don't.
Santa Claus really did exist at one point in time.
No, I'm not talking about that.
He delivered magic mushrooms to people.
Yeah,
there you go. I like that Santa Claus right there. That works for me.
What country was he from?
Norway or Sweden. Denmark or something.
Yeah, well, Sweden's been taken over by the majority of people there that are against drinking and drugs and that sort of mind. So yeah, they got a lot of that control issue things. Alcohol and weed are very expensive compared to other places. That sort of idea, to keep people that are going to get fucked up broke, so they don't become a problem. Start investing their money on the stock market and making lots of money.
Yeah, fuck that. Money don't mean shit to me. Money does not impress me in the least. I don't give a fuck about money. I fucking hate money, actually. I despise it.
You sound like...
Because I never have enough of it, and it's stressful, and it's bullshit, and I never have enough of it, and I hate it. It's backed by air. It's fucking dirty.
The only way to keep you as a subservient slave to the system.
That's why I don't like it.
Yeah, with your own consent. Oh, I've done it all.
I don't fucking like it.
No, right. So, how do you ever explain to somebody else? This is a paradox.
You don't have to. You know, this is my thing. This is my thing. Each to their own. It's up to every individual person to do the work of what they need to do to learn the stuff they need to learn. I'm not going to fucking convince anybody.
No.
One way or the other. You have to come to conclusions on your own. Everybody does.
But is your surroundings...
You can't just shit down people's throats.
No. We know
that's
that.
Not the fact. That's not going to work.
Is your surroundings all anal butt nuggets that don't get it? Is that what you're surrounded by in society?
No, not totally. That's why, I try to surround myself with people that think similar to me.
Yeah. I find people that handle cash registers know more than people that don't. Here. The ones that control the cash, any kind of cash transaction thing, they know something more than the average bear.
I don't know. It doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to run a fucking cash register.
I don't
think...
But
it is... Okay, this is a true story. I'm going to tell you guys... Okay, so we go to this pizza place to get some pizza. And I gave them a $10 bill. And the total was $5.47. And he was able to give me the cash back, right? But he couldn't figure out what change I had coming to me. So I go, it's 53 cents. He's like, oh, 53? Because he started to get his fucking calculator out to try to fucking give me my fucking change. And I'm like, dude, are you fucking kidding me right now? So this is how stupid people fucking are, all right? And when my kid was waiting for me in the car when I get back, I'm like, please graduate high school, at least. Because, really? And I told him the story. I'm like, that dude just could not figure out how much fucking change I had coming to me, and it was 53 cents. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. You've got to be kidding me.
And that's normal? Is that normal, average, ordinary, or is that once in a while?
No, that was abnormal. I was, blown away, though. I was like, really, dude?
Well, maybe if you lowered your expectations of society a little bit, you would be so displeased.
Oh, whatever.
No, I'm telling you the truth. Okay, I'm interpreting your story the way you told it to me. I come out of it thinking this. If things are that bad, maybe it's time to be somewhere else. Of course.
No, I'm not. There's nowhere else to fucking be.
Wow.
Where else am I gonna go? Iceland?
I don't know. Your kids are
gonna fucking Iceland.
Your kids are gonna be growed up. Maybe you go to South America and grow you some weed on a weed farm.
We could go to where's that place? Paraguay.
Uruguay. Oh, Uruguay. Somebody's Guay. I don't know.
Or Costa Rica or something like that.
Oh, there's places that are warm, where you could be outside with the bugs. You could be outside with the bugs and the animals and shit. Gross.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of bugs, but...
no, then you'll probably stay in the cold.
They exist for a reason, but I'm not a fan.
Yeah, they eat...
Some bugs I like.
Bugs eat the people from the north when they wander south. That's what they're for. They're bait.
Yeah, whatever.
Go get the northerner. Leave me alone.
That's right, Graham. Those are Pink Floyd lyrics in the chat room. Money, it's a crime. Share it fairly, but don't take a slice of my pie. Money, so they say, is the root of all evil today. But if you ask for a rise, it's no surprise that they're giving none away.
Well, they give it away, but only to their friends and their compadres in the club. That's what all this $1 trillion a day trading crap is.
It's ridiculous. When they start talking trillions of dollars, I like...
Right. There's... Okay, but...
I'm just like, whatever. $1 trillion? Show me $1 trillion in fucking cash.
there's more to this.
They can't do it.
We're right, but see, there's way more to this than just the numbers or the money. And I'm going to say this because so many of the guys in the room get into the Bitcoin stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not so sure that they're treating it like a currency as so much as they are treating it like a video game. I read the chat. I don't get involved and start judging, and I'm not trying to judge anybody now. I'm just telling you how I see what you're doing. And it's not right, wrong, or indifferent. It's just, it looks like a video game you guys are all playing, and I'm not a part of it, so I don't really know what you're talking about. I get the gist, but not the
I don't have time for it.
Well, even if I had time, I have time. I just don't care.
Right.
But yet I waste my time in the electronic world doing other stupid stuff. So
right.
It's just a matter of if you allow other people to give your things value, then you lose. I'm going to judge your value from my opinion. Let's play Destroy the Moose for $500, Johnny. No, you know what I mean? It's like, wow, you sure got a lot of opinions, and me and everybody else that I know, about stuff that has nothing to fucking do with you. Things that don't fucking matter at all in any goddamn way, in any life you could ever live, have your attention and make you think things that are not true. And it's like watching I don't know what to call it, like a movie. But I never know what the movie's going to do. I just know it's there. Could be a sci-fi, it could be a mystery, it could be anything, and you just got to go to find out, Maybe that's not the most common way to live.
Life is fucking life. You can't. It's just not. It's too short to fucking do shit you don't want to fucking do.
So if you're convinced that you want to do the things that you're doing, and then you can prove that you're doing the good or right thing because you have your evidence.
It's not about good or right.
Well, right, but this is the game. But,
I don't give a fuck what someone thinks. As long as I'm not fucking hurting somebody else or stealing from somebody else, it shouldn't fucking matter what the fuck I do.
It's the same thing. Yeah, do no harm, period. But where we start is with words. And I think that because we're not taught properly about what words do and do not do. We're distracted with shit like FDA and FBI and TV shows and exaggerations and a lot of bullshit, so that when you actually see something that is true, you don't believe it. That's just more of their bullshit. You go, wait a minute, no, actually that part's the truth. And
I determined a long time ago that everything that comes out of fucking government is fucking bullshit. It's not to benefit me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. When did you first notice?
I don't know. It's been a long time.
Do you think you noticed when you were a child?
I think I noticed that what they were saying didn't match up with what was happening. I go by what I see, not by what I fucking hear.
Yeah. Well, maybe we are a minority. The strange collection of bizarros that call itself the real liberty media. Like-minded
people for the most part. You get your occasional dissenters in there or whatever, and it's fine.
Dissenters.
Not everyone's gonna agree with everyone on everything.
Oh no, but I read Cirque and Sock Puppet going at it the other morning, and my wife she's got the best nature I've ever seen of anybody on the internet, because you can't rock her. I get pissed off for a minute here and there, but not Cirque. Cirque just doesn't care. It is amazing. I wish I could do that. But no, folks, I'm the passionate one between me and Cirque, I suppose. She just makes really good coffee. To go with
good.
Yeah. Well, we all got our strengths in life. What's the thing in life that you do absolutely the best of all the things that you do? What are you the best at?
Oh my God. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I tell the one-liner fast and boom, out of nowhere. No notes, no written, no planning. Just when I just do shit, that's when it works. When I plan to do shit, I fucked that stuff up so bad. It was like, why did I waste the paper and ink to plan this? See, because I wasn't going to do, I'm not as comfortable doing the Dork Table without Mary. Mary's my anchor to the Dork Table.
Yeah.
Because, well, me and Mary met over at World Truth. I'll tell you a personal story about Graham Z and Flash. Once upon a time, there was a World Truth site. Anyway, and when I first got there, I was way worse on the computer than I am now. I didn't really start doing the social site thing until about, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago when I got to Scotland. Mm-hmm. Then I started. Well, I was isolated. I was living on an island with a bunch of inbred freaking Scot people. It was crazy. Those people are nuts. But anyway, and there you go. So life has its little ups and downs, doesn't it?
Yep.
Hey, well, name calling is boring. Well, no, it's not really that it's boring. To me, it's that it's pointless. And we all do it. And you do it from a point of anger and judgment almost every time. I do. I don't know about you. But I would just assume from your sweetheart nature, dear, that when somebody pisses you off, you find it really hard to hide that somebody just was so stupid that they could actually fucking say what they said.
Everyone gets pissed off once in a while.
Right. But the smarter someone is, logically, you would think the more time they would spend upset. Because there's so much to be upset about.
Yeah.
But
you can't let it run your life.
Right. So then on the other hand, a dumb person would be all happy and stupid all the time, right?
I don't know. I don't know because I'm not one of them people.
Well, let's create a scale and start judging the public.
No, fuck that.
Oh, man, we could start a religion.
No.
Make you a high priestess of dorkism.
No.
Name a planet after you.
Fuck that. Create something we're trying to get out of. Go back to doing the same thing. No, don't work for me.
I know. Shit. I think I made Hans the leader of the world the other day.
Yeah, he can have it.
Shit, I ain't following him anyway. So yeah, be the leader. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll fucking be
and
the leader.
why don't you go that way and let me know when you get there, and I'll go. And in the meantime, have a nice trip, and I'll see you in a couple of years. And that's the kind of leader I want. You know, the kind that doesn't even know you in public. The guy that wouldn't pee on you if you were in fire because he might get his shoes wet. Like Donald Trump or somebody. What?
Fuck it. It doesn't matter to me who the fucking puppet is.
The puppet? What? Wait,
doesn't fucking matter to me. Look at these douchebags that they're putting in the cabinet now.
Yeah.
And this Sessions dude, or whatever the fuck. They're bad people. It's not a good thing. This is not a good thing that's going on. And it's just like the Obama administration, the Bush administration. It doesn't fucking matter.
I know.
And yeah, there's no difference. People argue there is a difference between Republican and Democrat. No, there fucking isn't. There is no fucking difference between them two people.
No.
And you're dumb if you think there is. Sorry to say, but you guys don't. You're not doing enough research. You're stopping. The problem is you got to keep going. You can't stop.
But where do you draw the line between you're held captive? Whether you know it or not is not even an issue. Admitting it or acknowledging it, whatever that would take, that's a tough one. I think the ego is that's got to get pretty beat up to handle that particular line. Yeah. I'm a slave to no man. Blah, blah, blah. I got to go to work. I'll see you tomorrow. Just what? I do what I want. I got to go home and go to bed. I got to got a meeting in the morning. What? So you're free. I'm free to do anything that the police will let me do. By
Right.
God, country. Well, you're not making it. See, we agree so much on all this stuff. It's hard. It's hard to be kind of. What would you call it? We can't even be controversial.
You can try to do a show. I mean, like Vince, he's done shows with people that he doesn't agree, and he's had guests on there that he doesn't agree with.
I've been on those shows.
You can do those kind of shows if you want to.
No, I did it because he asked. I went on with Jose.
Yeah.
Jose taught me all about my fucking superior white fucking privileged motherfucker.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, well, I tried to.
For everyone out there, okay, the race issue is a scam perpetuated by government because it keeps people divided. I've said this so many fucking times that I feel like a broken record, but this is why they use this tactic. To keep people divided, to keep people hating on each other. Because if people didn't hate on each other, we'd be more united, and there's no way in hell they could fucking take us down or manipulate us the way they do. Because we outnumber them. And they fucking know that. And that's the way it is. That's how I see it. With this racism thing. But when it comes down to it, we're all the same to them. Black, white, purple, green, we are all the fucking same to them. But yet they perpetuate racism to keep us divided. But when it comes down to it, we're all on the motherfucking reservation. I don't give a fuck if you're white or black or green or purple. You're on the fucking reservation. Period.
Whether you like it or not.
The sooner you can get used to that and wrap your mind around that, the better off you'll be because there is power in knowledge.
Yeah,
even if it's just power and confidence in yourself.
Yeah, that's all you got.
That's what you need to. That's the point you want to get to.
It depends on how willing are you for confrontation to make a fucking point.
I don't like it. I don't condone it.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be confrontation in people's lives, and the key is to learn how to fucking handle it in an appropriate manner.
Yeah.
Not killing the other person. That's not the answer.
Well, it is for the person that lives.
Well, yeah, but good. Why would you fuck your life up that bad?
Well, look what some of these.
Do that to yourself. Put yourself. Right. You're already in prison. Why do you want to go to more prison? Prison within a prison. That makes no fucking sense whatsoever to me.
I know. Well, that you get to work though, and because well, the prison population is being used by
people take themselves out after they kill someone sometimes because they don't want to fucking. They know what they got coming down the pike.
Well, they keep blaming all of the job loss on automation, right? But I am voicing an opinion from Denmark here. Over here across the ways in the other place. And I'm telling you from what I knows and what I think and stuff like that. But what I was getting to is they blame the lack of work on automation. Jobs were taken away. Okay. But they got 2 million prisoners in prisons all over the United States.
Are you talking about Denmark now?
No, I'm talking about in America.
You're talking about Denmark. So you're not talking about Denmark. You're talking about the United States.
Denmark's boring. There's nothing to talk about.
But you did say you were going to talk about Denmark.
I did. Denmark's boring.
Okay, the job thing?
Yeah.
A lot of the fucking industry, it's sad because this used to be a very industrious nation. We are no longer that.
No.
Because all this shit's getting made overseas and in Mexico and China.
American prisons.
Overseas, obviously, but
and American prisons
are overflowing because the fucking stupid laws that are.
But they're full of
laws are unneeded.
They're full of cheap labor in American prisons has replaced American jobs. That's what I was trying to talk about.
Okay.
But you didn't let me get that far. I was kind of. You whacked me down.
The jails are overflowing. The prisons are overflowing. And
right.
The way the prisons are run.
Yeah.
It's so corrupt.
Yeah. It's for
It's not even funny.
Well, they're trading them on the New York Stock Exchange to make profit.
Right.
Well, how do you expect people to get treated properly if somebody's making money off them?
Exactly.
That's slavery.
Yep.
Period. But they'll call it something else because, well, those people aren't free. Wow. So not only can they take your freedom, but they can make you a slave on top of it. Oh, yeah.
We're all slaves. It don't matter if you're working in a fucking prison or where the fuck you're working. If you ain't working for yourself, and even if you are working for yourself, you still got to pay them taxes and you got to fucking jump through their hoops. Yeah, we're all a fucking slave. It's not just people that are in prison.
I'm just
it's
making
every single person that has a fucking job.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Labor they use them for takes away from the economy that they're in. So then they got to pay them to, but it's fucking cycle. It's unbelievable how corrupt this. Right, and then they charge these fucking criminals time for being in prison. I mean,
it's fucked up.
One lie leads to another lie leads to and then it gets voted on by a bunch of crooked lawyers, and then we have shit like this. And no, the country I'm in is a little bit more, I don't know what the word is, more self-reliant. They don't seem to depend so much on thugs to do their dirty work. The bigger city, yeah, but the smaller places, no. They got their own. People in town know what to do. You know, and there's an occasional ambulance, or maybe once a month I'll see a cop car. Maybe once every month and a half.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, it's nice to know that, you know, they're civilized and all that, but yeah, their cops are friendly and they smile at you and say hi. It's not like where I'm from where they're all, put your hands up and blah, blah, blah. Of course, America's the only place that ever got treated that way. Any other country, cops were always a little bit more civilized. You know, if they didn't just pass me by, if they ever did even want to bother with me, it was always, sir, you got a minute? Sure. What do you want? But they don't do that at home anymore. I get a little homesick and I can't think of the good stuff anymore. It's all the bad stuff. Well, I was a little kid, you know, shit.
Yeah.
Compared to what I am now, Christ, I'm old now. Well, yeah, you know, you have any idea how old I am?
I have an idea.
Okay, how old am I?
53.
7.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't close. I was close.
Yeah, right. But that's the whole point. Is I'm from an era that's dead. You know, it's.
I don't know about that, but.
Oh, come on. It's a relic. Because people like you and me, we know these things. We don't need to have them explained. You just bring them up and we go, oh yeah, that. Okay. Number 5. Okay. Number 11. You know, whatever it is at the time. And the poor young mind or the,
what is this now? Is that you making that music?
No, I wasn't doing any music. I'm sitting here talking to you.
Here's something. It's like a video started playing or something in the background here.
Oh,
weird. Okay, never mind.
Are you playing a thing in the background?
No, never mind. I don't know what that was.
You're distracted by every little thing because you got one of those minds that just darts around the room like a ping pong ball, right? What do you do for a living now, dear? You're in transportation.
I work at a trucking company.
Transportation?
Yep.
That gives you a lot of knowledge, I would think, on how things really run, too.
Yeah.
So you got insider trading knowledge that you might not even.
Nothing with the financials.
No.
I don't deal with that.
Hold it.
Yeah.
How things run. Fuck finances. I think that whole money thing is a big scam. You cannot trade $5 trillion a day. There is no 5 trillion anything, you fucking monkeys.
Yeah.
Once you get past 1,000, you're wasting your freaking time. If you don't believe me, why don't you start counting to 1 million right now? And when you're finished counting to 1 million, talk to me about how you want to do that again. It's insane. I have $1 million. No, you don't. They'll argue with you.
Oh yeah.
Well, all it is debt. It represents debt. Period. You don't have things. The things that you think you got, you're responsible for them. They don't do shit for you. And if they don't work, they're just weighed around your throat. But we're not taught that kind of stuff. Well, me and you know it. Like we're in this club of super. In this club of
no, I'm not in a fucking club.
Yeah, you're a super dork. I have to tell you.
Okay, I'll be in the dork club.
It's nobody even wants to fucking be in the damn thing. That's the weird part. We've been banished. Yeah, we've been banished by society to sit over at the dork table and watch the cool kids tear each other apart with real weapons of mass destruction. Sad, huh?
Yep.
Because I think me and Sirk came to the decision it's going to go up. It's going to probably be a mushroom cloud, and we'll be over here in Denmark, so we'll see it. So we're hoping it happens when we're both at the house together. Instead of if she's at work, I'll miss the end with you. Oh, man, that's not right. Yeah. So there you go. How's that for the ending? Poof. Honey, radiation tonight.
Yay.
Would you like your glow-in-the-dark suit? Oh, I see you're wearing it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Just is what it is.
Well, what's wrong with that? I have a really okay. I was talking about Pancakes, okay, and when me and Pancakes first met was over at World Truth. Over the years we got to know each other fairly well, and he would tell me that the way he saw me talking sounded like bragging. Then when I met you, same thing. Oh, the way you talk, you sound like you're bragging. I go, wow. Okay, wait. And I go, wow. Yeah, but see, wherever I'm at, I'm there. So I'm okay with where I'm at. When I was in the States, I was okay with the States. It really hadn't gone so totalitarian until I was leaving it. But the last year or two, it started to physically surface with the cops checking and, seatbelt inspections in the freaking middle of nowhere. Big cars sit in the middle. Fucking, you got to drive by the cop to go back from the country to town. So what did they do? But it wasn't like that. And then all of a sudden it was like that. And my getting out of the States was just a fluke. I left for 30 days and just never went back.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a whole disaster, sure. But I went on a vacation. I didn't want to go. Oh, it was a nightmare. I even told the friend I went with, I said, this is going to be a fucking disaster. And yep. I hadn't even renewed a passport. And I had given up traveling at the point I'm talking back in I guess it was 2011. Yeah. So I'm in North Carolina in 2011, and I have this friend that wants to go to Scotland to be friendly with my mom and dad. So we make all these arrangements, and I go through all that fucking paperwork to do all that passport shit, which is fucking god awful. I hated every fucking second, just in case anybody thinks I enjoyed it. No. It was like having my ball hair plucked out by a fucking parrot.
Nice.
It was horrid. Well, I'm imagining something that would be, disgusting to everybody. I don't want to leave anybody out. But so anyway, I haven't seen my parents in a few years. I think 96. I don't know what, about 5-6 years, something like that. So I get talked into going, okay, we're going to go visit my folks. And all these plans and months of this and months of that, and everything's all settled, and we're going there. And 8 days before I show up to see my parents, my dad dies.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, well.
That sucks.
Right, but it was the vacation of a lifetime. This is what everybody wanted me to do. So there you go. And that's how the meeting,
my God, here we go again.
And the dog needed to go out.
No, I'm looking at the frickin' chat room.
Oh, I don't bother with that.
Yeah, screw it. I'm not going to talk about it right now.
Anyway, I was telling you a personal story about how I ended in this Denmark situation. You know, 'cause I met Cirque when I was on World Truth, right? And we met on the internet, and then we Skyped back and forth for a while. And then my buddy Kelly says, you know, idiot, you could fly there and be there tomorrow. What's wrong with you? And I went, fly there and be there tomorrow. What? I don't know where, you know, the most obvious thing to a person on fire is you're smoking there, stupid. Why don't you put the fire out? You know what I mean? That deer in the headlights moment when it's you, when it happens to you, something you laugh at anybody else for. But when it happens to you and you go, wow, I'm human. They're going to recall my door cat. Oh, no. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I did.
Cool.
Yeah, and even Kelly came over to meet Cirque because they knew each other from Skype from when I was in Scotland. Yeah, so that was a fun kid. I miss her sometimes. And oddly enough, she financed her trip to Copenhagen from Bitcoin because she was
cool.
Yeah, she was it's a brainiac girl. She was all into all that brain stuff, and she was playing with the Bitcoin on the internet and all this crap I didn't understand. So I don't know, but now here I am in my quiet little Danish town.
Yep. Well, you're lucky. You know.
Well,
I would.
Yeah, but see, I think it's the size of the community that we're in that gets it. That's where the stealing and the lying and the control comes in. When things get too big to manage.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, well, if you think, I've been to lots of small towns and places all over the world, and the one thing they share is a strong community, and they're aware of the stranger. You know, they're not afraid of him; they're just aware. They know because they've known each other forever. And hey, where'd you come from? Well, that's what I think. And I've come to the small community is the answer to our problems because my 3-step plan doesn't seem to be gaining any traction.
The answer is people just need to stop believing in authority.
Yeah, well, knowing that doesn't seem to help. Why?
Oh,
Why?
Because
Why?
people are used to it. That's how people are brought up. All the programming throughout the generations.
Yeah, well, we all got to shop and, you know, get necessary provisions for life-sustaining activities.
Right.
Okay. Well, there's a Danish standard that the States didn't have when I was there. And that standard is all of their organic shit is all idiot-proof labeled, so everybody knows it.
Oh, it's like that here, too.
Well, yeah, but here it's real.
No, we have organic sections. I don't know how organic it really is, but they label it, blah, blah, blah.
No. There's standards. When Denmark joined the EU back when they did it, they had to lower their standards to get into the EU. Their standards for farming and what they would. They've gained a lot of that control back since. So I would say, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being good, probably about a 6 or a 7. It's not as bad as it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I lived in the States a long time. I know how sales are run and how labeling is done. And there's a lot of things you can do in America under American law you can't do anywhere else.
Yeah, probably.
One, the resources may not be available to you, but mostly, the bigger cities would have the necessary tools available to buy products and then relabel them. You know what I mean?
It's all fucked up. That's
right.
The conclusion I come down to. It's all fucked up.
Yeah, I made money doing that, though. Buying a product and then relabeling that product under a different label and then sending it out for more money.
Okay.
Well, they call it evil genius, I suppose, but it was all within, it's all legal. It's not moral. It's not ethical, and really, but it's moral. It's legal. So there's nothing that can come of it except you feel bad for making the money doing it.
I don't know. I don't have any fucking money, so I don't know.
Well, no. I'm talking about in the days when I did things for it. I don't do. Yeah, I'm 57 now. I'm done with all that crap. But I had a lot of fun engaging in the game at the level of the game that I played in. It was more like I don't know. It was more like fun than work. I enjoyed what I did. So I would look forward to going to work. It would be like, wow, I get to go do this shit and I get paid for it. Cool. That kind of thing. As opposed to the jobs where I went, oh, fuck, I got to do this or I'm not going to have enough money to do whatever I was up to trying to do.
Right.
I got to a certain age and I started to realize that game would always have me under its control if I played in it their way.
Yep.
So I didn't. Luckily for me. Well, now because of Cirque, I do. We rent the house from the state and all that crap. Ola.
Right.
But then again, she didn't really want to stay in Copenhagen anymore. But anyway, it's time for her to get a change, something different. So she went from living in a wild city to living in a sleepy bedroom town overnight. Boom. Just like that.
Yeah, that's okay. Whatever works for you, man.
No, she never complains, and when she's got to go into the office to do her whatever the hell she does down there, she gets mad at me because I don't talk to her about it. Because I'll say this: she's in finance, so so I'm against her form of income.
That's not good.
Well, right, but hey, so she was doing it before she met me. It was
but it probably supports your ass, though, right?
Well, I wouldn't say that. That supports my ass. So,
no, it does.
How so?
You can't be hating on the bread and butter, man.
Oh, you're stuck on money. No, I just never I never tell anybody anything personal about my end of it. No. But I've lived as I've wanted to for about the last 30 years. Before that, I was pretty much at working deals and stuff. After a while, I learned that there's ways around the system. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but good luck with that because you'll just end up in fucking prison that way.
Well, no, see, you're assuming. And what I did was...
Ways around the system, what the fuck?
Yeah. By using...
That's not the way to do it.
That's the way I did it.
Well, good for you. Yeah,
but I wouldn't advise anybody else to, but the results for me were phenomenal. I got nothing to complain about.
I just got to play the game as long as I got to play the game. I got to do what I got to do, just like everybody.
I know. And what I've narrowed mine down to is just try not to murder anybody in the street because they're watching, what's his name, Trump get fucking sworn in the U.S.
Yeah, people are just fucked up in the head.
Like who?
Like that dude that fucking went on a shooting rampage and went to Applebee's and fucking bragged about it.
Okay, how do you... I don't know the real stuff.
All right, people like that exist, and they're psychos. Yeah. And I don't know what the answer is there, but it's not cool to just go shoot somebody dead because you don't like the way they look.
Whoa. Well, okay, when was this?
This is last week.
Where?
Where was it? Oklahoma, Texas, something like that.
Because, wow. Come on.
That dude's a psycho. He's like, get out of my country, and then he shoots two people. Kills one of them.
Yeah. Get out of my country. Yeah. Freedom. Well, is there a video or is this a story?
I'm looking for the story. It's buried now.
Yeah, all the good. Well, I don't know.
I can find it, but it's buried. I don't.
Still,
I can search for it, but I don't know.
What could make somebody so miserable that they'd want to do that?
They're fucked up in the head to begin with.
Well,
and they fall for they watch fucking whatever news station, mainstream media they watch, and they're taught to hate because government perpetuates racism, and then they're triggered and they fucking snap and they fucking do stupid shit. Like
wow. Wow.
That's how that happens. Because they're already unstable to begin with because they're mentally ill.
Well,
and so then they get all fucked up in their head because they watch mainstream media news, and they're taught that if someone looks different than you, then you should hate on them, and in this case, shoot the fuckers.
And this is really going on.
This happened last week.
In real life. Okay. Well, I don't know. It
was a fucking Garmin guy. He worked for Garmin. Which has nothing to do with it.
I don't never watch news, but what links I see out there.
Maybe someone found a link. Oklahoma. Okay, there it was. Yep. Well, thanks, Sock. I knew it was like down there somewhere in the southwest or whatever. I'll see if I can search it here.
Well, you know how they're going to solve that? They solve violence with more violence.
Yeah, so I don't know. They can't solve mental illness.
Well, what exactly do they call mental illness anyway?
They've changed it now. Now, if you're not a sheep, you're considered mentally ill. If you don't go with the program and bend over and take it up the ass, then you're mentally ill, according to them. So.
Wow. Yeah, I know them. I remember them from when I was a kid. There was always lots of them.
I can't find it now, but...
Oh, don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah, I'm not gonna... It's a true story. That was the gist of it. And it's an actual thing, so if anyone's interested, just you guys search it up.
There was a murder here last year, I think. Not in the city, but close by. Somewhere relatively close. And it was a family dispute gone wrong. Guy decided... Yep. Yeah. But, that sort of thing will happen. People.
Yeah, we had that happen here about 3 weeks ago. Fucking, the wife was going to put a restraining order on him. They had an appointment at the attorney, and she agreed for some stupid fucking reason to give the fucker a ride to the attorney. So she goes to the home that they shared when they were married because she didn't live there anymore. She walks in the house, he fucking shoots her dead, and then he turns a gun on himself and shoots himself dead. So, psycho shit, man.
True love.
It's just, this is...
And there's lots of it, yeah. Well, yeah, they try... The bigger the population, the easier it is to for that sort of thing to happen, too.
Okay, here we go. Sock Puppet found an article for me.
Oh! So
on
you
Kansas. He linked it in the chat room, so if anyone's interested.
Yeah. Killed in Kansas.
So
Get out of my country!
And the guy is a psycho because it was at a bar that had happened, and then he leaves and goes 90 miles to Applebee's. He sits down at the bar there and starts bragging about it. And he shot these guys.
Wow. Well.
And, yeah.
Oh.
So, there you go.
I'll stick with my boring life. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
No, I don't need all that kind of excitement. But I still, for all the traveling I've done, I've never visually seen very much of that excitement, considering how much there's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I feel cheated, though. I've never seen a bank robbery. James Bond's never shot the guy sitting next to me. Nothing. Just boring life. I'm disappointed.
That's fine. You're not missing anything.
No. I watch all my crazy crap on TV.
Right.
Yeah, what were me and Cirque watching? We have very different tastes, me and Cirque, because you might not know this, but Cirque's Danish.
Really?
Yeah.
I knew that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you did or not. But yeah, and she speaks Danish.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what? I can't learn to do.
What?
Speak Danish.
Oh, you could if you wanted to.
No.
Yeah, you could.
No.
Yeah, you could.
Telling you, I've been around these people for so long, and I still
You mean to tell me you've been living there as long as you've been living there, and you have not picked up on one single fucking Danish word at all? That's ridiculous, dude. Sorry.
One word in three years.
That's ridiculous.
I know. One word in 3 years.
So get a fucking Danish book, or get some tapes or something, and
what are you going to be?
How to speak Danish?
I don't do it
unless you don't want to.
No, I did when I first got here for a few minutes, and then when I realized what I was getting myself into, I changed my mind.
That's whatever.
It's the same as.
If you can survive without learning it, then I guess that's fine.
Have you ever been to the Deep South and listened to the old boys talk?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you been to California, listened to the hipster doodles talk?
Yeah.
Have you been to New York and heard the people in the Bronx, in Miami? Okay, push that all together into a smaller space, right? Like maybe the size of one state. Pick a state, like maybe, I don't know, Illinois or Indiana. And shove all those different kinds of dialects in that one little state. And that's what the problem with learning Danish is that from area to area, the dialect changes.
Yeah, but it's still pretty similar.
Not according to my wife.
Same with, like you said, going down the south or going to New York.
But you have to have...
I still understand the words. I might not be able to understand them as good as...
Yeah, well, then you're better than
normally, but
it doesn't work for me. I just hear want. No matter.
Some people have a better ear for it, picking up on other languages.
Nothing for this fucking. And this language is want. Talk with a mouthful. Cirque sits right next to me, and talks on the phone. And the only way I know who she's talking to is by her tone, not by her words. Mm-hmm. I can tell if she's talking to her sister or mom or somebody at work or whatnot by the pitch of her voice. But the words, don't have a clue. And it makes a lot of sense to me. But for whatever reason, it's not my strength. And I'm not going to try to force myself to do something that I feel defeated at trying. So I just let it go.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, right. But I thought it was going to be treated badly by the people that live here. But apparently they get a real kick out of it because they go, because they know what I know from an ego standpoint. Yeah, because English is an easy language if you can. It's easier than it's not the structure that's it's the manipulation of words in English, the ambiguousness of it. But the words are easy to learn. The meanings are a problem. In Danish. Yeah. It's more straightforward, and this means this and this means that. Where in English, you could say one thing that means 20 different things, depending on the words around it. You could talk about having sex with a partner in front of 20 people if you code it properly, so the youngins don't catch on to what you're saying. If you know, there you go. But in other languages, you wouldn't be able to do that because it wouldn't translate that way. Mm-hmm. That's how they get us. What, they got legalese, Moose? They've got a whole fucking world under contract, and they don't even know what the fuck they are agreeing to because it's in legalese and they don't speak it.
Right.
What the fuck kind of game is that? I don't want to play.
It's a rigged game.
Deal me out. Well, you can't opt out. Oh, Moose, whose fault is it? You
can, but good luck.
Well, who do we blame for this?
What do you mean blame?
The outcome of this game it's not good.
I don't know.
Not pleased with it.
Hopefully things, I don't know, aren't so bad, but...
Well...
I don't know.
What do you consider so bad? I mean, like the war thing, or I don't know. The things that are bad don't apply to me, and I don't see them in my immediate area. And the things that I do see and the things that do apply to me don't apply to everybody else.
Right.
The old square peg in the round hole thing. You know what I mean? Don't forget Boston. Listen to them talk. Boston.
Yeah. Pocket car for quarter.
Yeah, park your car. Fuck. No, thank you. Well, I don't know. You ever speak to an Englishman from the East End? Good God.
UK?
Yeah, it's horrible. Terrible. Oy. Wow. That was terrible. Oh, my mother
Doesn't
would
bother me.
Right. I didn't like it. It was
Doesn't
like,
bother me.
well, see, there you go. You're sensitive in ways that I'm not. There you have it.
Apparently.
When I hear people, I tried to tell Mary this, but I don't know if you're gonna agree with it either. I think communication is the problem, not the answer. And all the good communication there is will lead you right to contract.
I don't know, man. I just live my life. I don't fucking know. I try to just know what I know and make good decisions and carry on.
You can make the best of a bad decision and come out with a good thing.
What?
I did. You can. Going to Scotland was not something I ever wanted to do. It was terrible doing
look where
it.
You ended up though.
Right,
so
right. Wait.
Be happy.
But that's not what I mean. See,
it was meant to be. Shit don't happen unless it's meant to be. So, period.
It's.
So what are you saying? I mean,
I'm not saying anything. I'm just talking.
You are.
You want some serious answers? I can't give you those serious things. I only play around on the Dork Table.
It's like good for you. I'm happy for you.
Yeah. That's just it's right, but it's just words, and they're not real. They're just words.
Words are real.
How?
They're words. They're real.
So they're what? How are they real?
Words can hurt.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, but it's usually
even though they're not supposed to.
But that's me when I'm in a. It depends on how I take what you say, though.
Right. True.
So no, maybe it's not the words. Maybe it's the frequency. I'm telling you, Moose. There's ways to interpret information that we're not taught exists, and we need to find out what it is. I'm looking. I'm not real active, like, I spend 20 hours a day looking. But I spend at least a minute a day aware that I want to know the answer. And for me, that's
you're not gonna know. That's just you gotta just.
Like what?
Some things you're not gonna know until you're dead. You're not meant to know certain things when you're a human being on this planet right now.
Well, Sock, that's all a subjective matter of opinion in my perspective. I don't know what to tell you for you, sir. You have to do it yourself to find out. And I recommend everybody get yourself out there and knock some boots. Go out and plant a flag for your country.
Yeah, fuck that.
No? Oh.
No.
Okay. Wow. You're sure literal. I was talking about...
I am.
You were talking about... I don't know. Something bad.
At times.
You're scaring me, Miss Moose.
Brutally honest at times.
Oh, I don't care. Well, that's the best part about you, though. I'd still rather have one you than, I don't know, 10 somebody else's. No, really. Cause, even if you were wrong, there's no explaining that to you. So that is good.
You can explain shit to me. I'm open.
No, you're not wrong. I'm
I
just
have an
fucking
open
with
mind.
you. Yeah, but I'm just fucking with you because I secretly in my dork closet agree with most places. Yeah, in the darkness of the dork closet, I go, yep, fuck this shit. It's not real. I know that. So I make the best of my illusion is what I say, but it's not how it translates. Some people seem to take this here life thing so seriously.
Oh my God, this is just
Answer.
nuts.
Answer. I don't know. How does that work? Yeah, I said all good communication leads to contract. Well, me and Cirque have a contract. We've had it since we got the ink. Well, that was that.
Yeah.
Said, okay. Well, you give your word. That's all there is. Fuck all this legal shit and corporations and this state and country wants. Fuck them bullshit artists. We went and got inked. That arm's my arm. Fuck it. So, we get along for the most part anyway, so it's kind of cool. But you might not know this, but the girl hates the fucking state.
That's good. I hate the state too.
Yeah, I mean, at the level that you do, yes, that's where Circle is. Exactly, that's where the parallel is to me. So I go, wow, man, you think just like her in that respect, where you just got to make the best of what the fuck's going on, and there you go. Do something that you like to do for the money, and it's not work. That kind of, like I did, same thing. If you couldn't enjoy it, what the fuck's the point of having money?
Yeah, I never have enough. I know that. So.
Well, crying out! If somebody would explain enough to these fuckers that have excess, we wouldn't be where we are. But we're taught like a bunch of idiots to praise the guy that has everything. What are you? Why? Because he was born into the right family, you moron. Don't you know royal when you see it? Yeah, they look like a bunch of pit bulls with with 2 legs and 2 arms. That's what I know of the royals. And
I don't give a shit about them.
No, I've had peers try to tell me, "Oh, they're just regular people." But
that's not true.
Well, no, they're inbred freaking creeps, is what they are, and they got a lot of illusion to support their crap, and it's all this religion and government, politics, all the shit me and you don't like. I know, but there's so much of it. Woman, let's clean up the town. We'll clean it up, and we'll stop them from. I got a good idea. Let's stop them from fucking lying. I'll bet you this.
Good luck with that.
Well, yeah, and I'm telling you, if people were not living based on bullshit, these results would not be possible. It's like a cake recipe to me. If Cirque goes in the kitchen and she's going to make a cake, and she does this and puts that there, and it puts it in the oven and it comes out and it's cake. Well, if she did it with like bleach and crap and onion bits, it wouldn't be a cake, but it would be something. But she could tell me it was a cake, like the government did. No, this is cake, really. Hey, what are the brown things? And are those razors? Never mind. I just went on a dork. I had a dork. I
guess so.
Well, if people did not misrepresent everything about life, and they don't even know they do that, yet they do it, and it's like an unknown evil.
Not everybody does that. See, when you sit there and say when people.
Yeah, because no.
So
we participate in the game against our will because there's no other way to survive it. That's why we don't live on mountaintops and eat berries and bears. Well, because this is the alternative to that. But it's not good, and it's not well run. Well thought.
It's fucked up.
And you know what? I'm such a non-greedy fuck that I'm comfortable. So, But someday that rich bastard's going to have to make his own cheese sandwich.
It's fucking, yeah, it's fucked up. I don't know.
Will he be capable to make his cheese sandwich?
I don't fucking care. Should be able to. I don't fucking know. I don't give a shit what he does, what they do. I don't care. The only thing I care about is how their actions affect me, which
nobody's gonna affect you. You'll just tell them to go away. See? And do we have Rob Works coming on after us today?
I have no idea. I don't think. Nope. No, we don't because the show is canceled.
Whoa! Wow.
That's the last I heard. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Well.
All right. Well, this is your 3-minute warning. 3 minutes.
All right.
For the next 3 minutes, deposit $38,000.
Okay,
Beep.
so,
hey.
It's been real.
Hey, thanks. Did Grim get enough dough for the RLM?
I think so. I don't know. I mean, we only ask for it once a year, but the donation button's always there every day, 24/7.
Extortion are us. So, give until it hurts. Dig deep. Deep, I tell you. I don't know. I'm just trying to have a decent day and not kill anyone. Well,
okay.
it got a lot easier when I didn't know what people were talking about. Let me tell you. And the best place I ever been was Freetown. That was got it. And you live and you learn, or you.
I think we have Kira will be on, I'm sure, and
on the bridge.
And Bo probably will be playing tunes.
And then tomorrow, Grimner
in the morning, and then Hal.
Hal Hey, see, you know all this.
After that, Hal Anthony.
Yeah, you got your stuff. You're the
after
guy.
that.
Yeah. After that,
we have The Road Less Traveled at 5 Central, 6 Eastern.
Oh.
So there you go.
Yes, so I'm still looking at no answer.
So I'm glad that I was able to help you out today and take Mary's place.
Oh.
That was fun. So thanks, Grimnir, for helping out. And,
absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Works.
Just about done here. So thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Hey, Jay Dredd showed up. He's there.
I see that.
Wow, I feel special.
Yeah.
I want to touch his Trump hat and get good luck.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you'd let you, but.
Wow, that hurts.
Asked nicely.
That hurts, Moose. I'm hurt now.
Yeah, well, get used to it.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
No, that was a transition. Whoa.
All right, everyone. You guys have a good weekend.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Just done.
I know, huh? You'd think 3 minutes would go by faster.
Works. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks,
30
guys.
more minutes.
Good show.
Thanks a lot, Grim.
Yeah, thank you, Grim.
You got to tear me up. I was fun. I get a kick out of you.